So starting back in May, I was starting to deal with chronic pain. Yeah, so starting back in May, I started to deal with chronic pain. This was about the time I graduated. I remember distinctly there was a distinct starting point because it started to get painful to walk. I had dealt with chronic fatigue for a while, like probably over the course of like a couple years, chronic fatigue started to get a little bit worse. Like just no matter what physical activity I would be doing, I'm tired by some point in the day. It doesn't matter if I'm walking around campus all day or if I am literally just sitting at my computer working on schoolwork or video editing or just watching videos or whatever. At some point in the day, I will get tired and I will need to lay down for a nap because my body is just physically exhausted. Like sitting down is still, like at that point would still be exhausting for me. If you ask me like, what were you doing? Why are you tired? Or why are you sore? I literally don't have an answer for you. Thanks, Reaper. Oh shit, there's a lot, actually. Oh, there's a lot. Yeah, I have mob griefing turned off because it is just annoying. It doesn't make the game harder, it just like undoes progress you already made that you have to redo. What was I saying? Yeah, if I was in pain and I didn't know why. And that does some crazy stuff to your motivation and your mental health and just your willingness to, or your ability to function rather, is probably a better way to put it. It's honestly, it puts you in a sort of depression I could compare it to depression personally. Just like Jesus! That was just rude. Yeah, so that is why I stopped uploading. Around the time I said I would be uploading more frequently is because I graduated around May and I was like, yeah! And then I started being in pain all the time and I had no idea why. So I went to a bunch of doctors, I got a bunch of tests done. There were a number of occurrences where they just didn't find anything useful, and that was equally demoralizing, if I'm gonna be honest. Of just like, you're going through this horrible thing, you go to people who should be able to help, and they're just like, yeah, we don't know yet. Jeez Louise, okay. I have my mic set up in a different way than I normally do, and my vision is... okay? My vision is partially obscured from it. Yes, fight each other! Infighting! Good! Excellent! You did a little dance there. Did a little shimmy. Short version is that I eventually got to a cardiologist, and they found that it was something, the acronym is POTS. It stands for something. Hold on. POTS syndrome. No, not POTS Minecraft. Postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. I think that's a terrible name. I think that's a really, really just horrible name. But yeah, so turns out it's that, which means basically my heart is working a little too hard, is my understanding. So now I'm on this new medicine. The type of medicine it is called a beta blocker. It gets my heart to work a little less hard. And I've been feeling so much better ever since then. It's like, frankly, not even comparable. And that might sound like, oh, okay, then everything's all well and good. Kind of. I got on this new medicine back in November, but that means I was having chronic pain problems for like 6 months, and by that time, damage had kind of been done to my motivation, because like when you're just in so much pain all the time, like I could pretty much only watch as my life came to a grinding halt. I had pretty much like time and energy, specifically energy, and like mental capacity for my part-time job and like nothing else. My goal from the beginning was, hell yeah, I'm gonna have this part-time job and then I'm gonna go harder into like my YouTube stuff and my like other supplemental stuff in order to like, and these two things can supplement each other and I can make like a real person income. But I could only work for like a few minutes a day and I'm just making progress so slowly. And I just started to feel this very like doomer, like perspective on the matter of just like, what's even the point? I just started to feel like, you know, like what's the point of even working on this? I'm never gonna get it done at this rate. I'm just gonna have other stuff clog up my life. I'm just gonna be in pain, yada yada. And I felt very downer about the whole thing. One thing I started to work on was I started work on a writing project, specifically for Dungeons and Dragons, because people sell things that they write for D&D and other tabletop games, of course, on itch.io and stuff like that, and also on DM's Guild. I was going to go specifically for DM's Guild because that's more oriented to D&D specifically. I have been running Waterdeep Dragon Heist, one of the official modules, and I've been having so much fun with all the characters in that. I decided to make like an NPC guide, basically, of like, here are all the NPCs in the module, here's personality for each of them, their role in the story and their backstory, what they want to achieve. That's a really important thing. That's an Enderman. Hello, Squeaky. Why did I call them Squeaky? I don't know. I've never called them that before. It's not like me saying skeleton is totally normal. So what was I talking about originally before I interrupted myself? This is what happens. This is what happens when I try to do solo videos, is I start talking about something and then I get derailed onto a different topic and then I like forget what the original topic was. This happens so often and it's like the most infuriating thing. Right, I was talking about Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Yes, so I'm writing about all these characters, and I wanted to make an NPC guide out of it, but the problem is that I think I'm getting impatient with the whole thing. You know, like, I want to be able to, like, put something out there, like, in a week. But this project I have has, like, so many NPCs that I want to talk about, is that this is not something I can get out there in a week, you know? But yeah, I want to get something out there super fast, but that's just like not feasible. And then I get frustrated at myself that I'm not making a whole lot of money. So this is all like the long version of why I haven't been uploading, is like, you know, motivation, you know, getting medication sorted out, both for my pain and otherwise. Because also, there's the completely other matter that I didn't even bring up, is that my depression medicine at the time was contributing to the pain, actually. Like, we wanted to see if that was the problem, so we lowered the dose on my depression medicine at the time, and it dealt a big blow to my motivation to work, but it also did help with my pain. So my problem went from I'm in too much pain to be able to work. That problem, like, lessened enough to where, like, I was able to at least, like, work on things more consistently. But then the problem became, I lowered the dose of my depression medicine, so my motivation sucks, and I don't have the motivation to work on things. But now that I've finally, it's taken almost a year, we've gotten that pretty much all balanced out. I've built some of my motivation back up. Oh, normally there's a villager sitting right here. There's a blacksmith that thinks this house is his house, so he comes in this bed, and then I sleep in this bed. I guess it's not nighttime right now. But no, there's still a matter. I think that what also happened, there was a degree of creative block there too. Aside from motivation, there was like a stress to do things right, you know? There's being like, you have to start making real person money. There's just I put such a pressure on myself to do things perfectly because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I've noticed there's not often I'll upload a video when I'm like feeling underwhelmed by it. I made a promise in a past community post that I would make an Engage review, a Fire Emblem Engage review. And I made one. It was like 6 minutes long, but it was done. It was a finished video. It had voiceover. It was edited, yada, yada, yada. And then I watched through it, and I was like, you know what? I don't like it. I didn't like the video. I don't entirely remember why. I'm sure if I rewatched it. I was still All Systems Go at the time. This was February of 2023, not 2024, to be clear. I was still on All Systems Go when the time came. It aired on All Systems Go, and I was like, and when it happened, I was like, you know what? I don't like it. So I didn't upload it to my channel, and I was like, I'm gonna rework this, just remake it from scratch. I'm gonna write a new script. I'm gonna do new voiceover, and I already have all the drowned with a fucking spear. Jesus, fight! I put okay, I was gonna say $10 on the. I said the left one. I'm not entirely certain which one was the left. I guess the guy who was further away. So I guess I was right. This is done, right? Okay. Yeah, it is, because I got wheat from it. That's not done, that is done. I wish it were easier to tell. Oh, yep, there's the blacksmith. He's just sleeping in my bed. So I made a new bed for myself is what I had to do. And I think because of my perfectionism, I keep going. I know I keep going back and forth between being like really confident and not at all confident, and I think that's because of the perfectionism. Perfection, is that, I'm gonna stop trying to figure out if that's the right word for it or not. Like one day I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm feeling great about this. This is awesome. I'm gonna do this so well. It's gonna be super successful. And the next day I'm just like, or not even the next day. It could be like 10 minutes later. And I'm like, I'm such a screw up. There's no way this will go well. I'm not gonna get any views. This is gonna be terrible. I'm gonna like trip over a rock and like go into a coma. I can make a shield, right? You motherfucker, get off my chest. That's not yours. You didn't take my shit, did you? I didn't think so. I'm pretty sure they can't just take your stuff. And I think that, so I'm a little worried about being a one-hit wonder, because as you may have noticed, my Fire Emblem Sacred Stones video has way more views than anything else on my channel. And it's, you know what, people like it. It's a well put together video. I'm still very proud of it. Like right now, it's the only particularly successful thing on my channel. You know, I want to be able to like have a consistent audience. I also just haven't been like, you know, uploading consistently, and like the past couple uploads after that have been like gameplay montage videos, which, like, here's the thing about them is that they're easier to make. They're way easier to make, but they're also not as popular. By any stretch of the imagination, and I see why. They're lower effort. I'm just gonna say it. They are just kind of lower effort videos. And this, like, even this, I'm kind of afraid of, like, oh, I'll upload this Minecraft video and it'll get like 5 views, which I don't see how that'll happen, honestly, because it's a Minecraft video and people love Minecraft. But I don't know, I get so like anxious over this. I have the transparency turned off on the leaves here, as you might have noticed, by the way, because I've turned down some graphics setting because for some reason Minecraft of all games makes my GPU like squeal like crazy loud, like ah. And I'm like, it's Minecraft. I can run Elden Ring. I can run Lies of P. Why is Minecraft making you freak out harder than either of those two games? Yeah, in the future I want like a good mix of like gameplay montages that are still like edited. It's not just like a straight up like a let's play, like an uncut, like whatever. Then again, that is kind of what I'm doing right now. You know, this is a different format. This, what I'm doing here, is not going to be a regular thing. This, I just wanted like a vehicle for discussion and chatting and yada yada. I don't know what type of setup people normally have in Minecraft. Even about Minecraft, I get imposter syndrome sometimes, you know? Minecraft is not, most of the time I don't have fun with games that don't have like a clear, you know, like direction. But Minecraft does still have like objectives, you know, and things you can do, and like you can set objectives for yourself, kind of. Like Breath of the Wild is a game I didn't have fun with because it was too like, I don't know what to do next. And like, yes, it has clear quest markers, but like I didn't have like, the main quest was all I was interested in, and when I hit a point in the main quest where I was like, I feel like I'm not strong enough for this yet, I'm not ready for this yet, I feel like I have to go do other things. And I went out looking for those other things, and I was like, what do I do? Where do I go? What is next? And I just couldn't really find an answer to that question. I mean, the answer to that question, I guess for me, I was like, I want to upgrade my armor, but I didn't know how to do that. There was no like clear like objective. I have to go get materials, but where do I get these materials? I felt too lost and too overwhelmed. I don't know. That's something I've been trying to like think about for a long while. Like trying to articulate why I didn't like Breath of the Wild. I don't like subjecting myself to games I don't like, but I also like, I keep on like doing it because I want to be able to articulate why I don't like it, and that's not always the greatest thing. Like, I recently replayed Sekiro, despite the fact that I'm not a very big fan of it. I love the Dark Souls games. I love Elden Ring. I love Lies of P. But enough of me saying that things people are like are bad, you know? That's one thing I get self-conscious of. I really like try not to like, you know, diss on things that people like, and I get self-conscious when I do. But the thing is about it is that I always, this is honestly not something I was planning on discussing, but this is part of why I like making these sort of essay-style scripted videos, is because I like being able to articulate things well. And I like to think I've gotten pretty damn good at this point. is being able to like say like why I feel a certain way on a certain like game or topic or whatever. Birch is like the worst tree color. I don't know if that's a popular or unpopular opinion. My most unpopular opinion is not about like disliking Outer Wilds or Breath of the Wild or Sekiro or any of that. No, my least popular opinion is about birch being the worst Minecraft wood. Now that is an opinion I will not feel self-conscious about. That one is entirely justified. You cannot change my mind on this. And like, I don't want to like, if somebody likes a thing, I don't want to disprove them liking a thing. That like is just silly. I just enjoy being able to articulate like why I don't feel the same way, so then I like being able to feel secure in that, I guess. And maybe that's a bit like shallow or self-centered or whatever. Don't you just love the sound of lawn mowing in Minecraft? Isn't it a lovely, crunchy, delicious, You're the guy who sleeps in my bed, bro. Just fucking get out of my house. You have a house. You have a bed in here, don't you? You don't have a bed. You have obsidian. I'm taking your shit, dude. Could give them some of my emeralds just for easy food. Potatoes. Dude, how do I get some potato? You won't. Just some peaceful farming. Don't mind me, Mr. Iron Golem. These are potatoes? Those are potatoes. Oh, I'm keeping those potatoes. Are you fucking kidding me? Pig, get the fuck out. Oh, it's because I'm holding carrots. Do you like potatoes too? They also like potatoes. I didn't know that. This is actually new information. This is groundbreaking. We've evolved the potato lore. For some reason, I thought there was a creeper down there. I don't know what I thought I saw. Maybe it was the bee moving. Oh, you know, it was probably the moss there. That motherfucker. This motherfucker is sleeping in my bed. Thinks he's like fucking, we're not. Listen, dude, if you think we're a thing, you're wrong. We're like, this is platonic what we have, all right? We're roommates at best. You didn't even sign a lease. You aren't paying rent. Yeah, I'm looking at you. Yeah, get out of here, loser. So yes, I want to make more high effort scripted videos like the Sacred Stones one that did so well. I mean, I'm currently working on a Path of Radiance video that will probably be split into, right now the goal is splitting it into 3 parts. It's a hell of a lot of work to make a 36-minute video, you know? Like a substantial enough portion of people like drop out throughout the video that it's like, okay, maybe like a 30-minute video is like, 36 minutes is a lot. So I'm planning on splitting it into 3 parts. That will hopefully make each individual part more digestible. But I want to still fill it out with gameplay montages because they're fun to make. They're very fun for me to make. So yeah, I'm pretty open to taking suggestions on what video I should do next, or what at least I should put on the checklist. I should phrase it like that, actually, because one of my biggest worries is actually like having enough ideas to flow this, to like fuel this sustainably. And I have a bunch of stuff written down. I have like everything I presented in my return trailer and more, but it's just like, you know, like there's not, what the hell? I like sunk in the snow. Is that a thing? Is that a thing that, oh my goodness. What the hell? I did not, the hell is happening? Oh, geez Louise. Okay, well, I'm in the ground now. You know what I should do? I should start a potato farm. So then I can trade specifically with that one guy who will only take a crap load of potatoes and then just, like, extort that guy for all the emeralds possible. But yes, I want to hear, like, feedback. I want to hear suggestions, because that is really, oh my god, again. Because that's really what's going to make this sustainable at the end of the day, is interacting with the audience, hearing what they have to say. And, you know, maybe if enough people say a certain thing, like perhaps if I continue to get 7 bazillion comments about Pegasus Knights, then my mind might change on it. All the positive comments on the Sacred Stones video has absolutely made my existence. And if I hadn't had that blow up, like I might not be like, I almost certainly wouldn't be like giving this as serious of an attempt as I'm planning on making it. Like, that was like my off time activity during that semester. What are you looking at me for? I was just taking a drink of water, dude. You don't need water sometimes? Are you like I was gonna say a cricket, but crickets also, I think, need water. Where the hell? What do you want, dude? Are you... He literally just came in to side-eyed me. He was like, oh, you're still standing in bed. I haven't started the day yet. Where the hell am I gonna put all these snowballs? Okay. Okay, here's my strat. Go here, make chests. 16 chests. Well, that's maybe a bit excessive. There we go. And I'll just put all these chests. You really didn't want to connect there, did you? I'm gonna go like this. And boom. Okay, this looks kind of terrible. That's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna go out and I'm gonna get more cherry wood. I'm gonna ignore that. I would ask all of you, if you are so inclined, you know, if you enjoy my videos and you want to help me, the greatest thing you can do is... why am I using an X? The greatest thing you can do is share my stuff around 100%. Like, link it to people in, like, whatever Discord channels. Liking and subscribing is huge. Just watching, like, all the way through on all my videos is huge. That I would really appreciate all of that. And I'm gonna do my best to advertise stuff on my own, but it is really all of the viewers, you guys, that makes this possible. This is the most, like, generic, like, YouTuber, like, we're a community, and, like, I'm gonna, you know, bone your mom, and you're gonna enjoy it, sort of speech. But I'm also not really the person who, like, knows what you like. So leave recommendations, leave ideas, leave all those sort of things. I want to hear from, you know, the people. You know, democracy is... I love democracy. And, you know, and if you decide that you also want to, like, vote for me as your evil transgender overlord, that would be great. I'm probably gonna remember something later, and I'm gonna, like, put up, like, text or something of, like, some other topic. This sort of is... I didn't mean for this to be Nikki trauma dumps the video, but I guess that's kind of what this has become. Whoopsie daisy. Now, any thoughts you might have on the matter that you would like me to hear? I am glad, you know, to take them into consideration as much as I can. I'm gonna end off this video by, I don't know, probably doing something really stupid. You know, maybe if, like, whatever dangerous is here, maybe if I just sprint towards it at full speed, that'll make it... I changed my mind. I changed my mind. Can I go back? Is it too late?